The new year comes around, I get conversation after conversation that goes something like this. I don't know what to do. My business is down. What am I gonna do? And it's the same old thing. And I don't know about you, but it's really frustrating to have that conversation over and over again. But it's probably also frustrating if you feel like you're in that place right now. So a lot of realtors that come to me and they're like, what do I do? It's usually because they haven't done something consistently. So we're in the new year. What am I going to do? What do I have to do? And it comes down to the basics. But what exactly do you do if you're the agent to get out of that situation? And I've been having these conversations and I thought it'd be helpful to share with you the framework that I walk those people through. So if you're an agent and you're like, I don't know what to do, the market's changing, my world is falling out from below me, here's some things that you can do right now. And if you're a team leader watching this, here's how you can help your agents out of a rut. So my name is Mikesh. I'm part of Game Changers, and I've been doing this for a long time and run teams at a high level myself. And I just find that this is a pattern. And maybe it's because this time of year we're coming off of what's typically a slower season for most people, or maybe it's just because, we're in a new market right now and it's a market you've never been in before. So I really find that this gives people clarity, this simple framework, and it starts with identifying what are the things or the areas of lead generation that you're going to focus on. So what are those things? Don't try to do everything, because if you try to do everything, you're going to be successful at none. But what are the things that you're going to commit to? And a lot of times that's all the awareness they need is like, wow, I'm not committing on anything. So what I've done is I put together a list of 32 lead generation ideas. You can go down into the description below and get a free copy of that, download it. And I want you to go through it. And I want you to say, okay, I don't like to do that. I don't see myself doing this. But I want you to identify 3 things that you're either already sort of doing or you can actually see yourself doing and commit to. I want you to get those 3 things locked in. Then I want you to think about, what would I need to do consistently for this lead gen idea in order for it to be able to provide for me in a way that's going to allow me to hit my goals. So if your goal is to sell, hey, I want to sell a house a month, great. You're probably going to just do these 3 things and you're going to do them at this level. But if you want to sell 10 houses a month, you're going to have to do it at another level. Or if you're running a company and you want to sell 200 homes this year, you're going to have to reverse engineer those 3 things in order to go deep enough on each of those strategies to get the results you're looking for. So suppose you got 3 things in mind. Now, the next thing you got to do is you got to get those activities locked in. So let's just say, for example, that one of the things that you're going to do is you're going to do online lead generation. You're going to do pay-per-click online lead generation. Well, historically, the conversion rate of those types of leads is, say, 1 out of 100 conservatively. You might get a little bit better, you might do a little bit worse, but generally speaking, that lead source should be able to provide for you at a 1 out of 100 would be people that want to do business in the next 90 days with you. Awesome. Once we know the math, now we can reverse engineer it. So if you want to sell 10 homes a month, and that's your ratio, then you're going to have to go out and get enough leads, or 1,000 leads in your case, to be able to get that ratio correct. So once we have the ratios, then it's just committing and staying accountable. So are you going to commit to the activities that you've laid out for you in order to be successful in that area? And what I find really helps with this is get a accountability partner, get a coach. A lot of people, understand, or they're part of a coaching organization, but they're not actually finding and building those relationships within that organization to find these accountability buddies, or they're relying on their coach to do it, and that's not really the coaching relationship that they have right now. So you can go at it on your own. That's awesome if you can do it. I just find that for most people, they need to share their goals with somebody and get an accountability buddy that's actually going to hold them accountable. So if you're going to go after that lead generation and you're going to pick a pillar such as pay-per-click, is your accountability buddy going to help you understand, did you get enough leads in order to be successful? Did you call those leads? Did you follow up with them? What does all that look like? So real simple, 3 things. I want you to pick 1 to 3 different lead gen sources, and I want you to go deep on them. For most people, most teams, most companies even, 3 is enough if you'll go really deep on those. Then I want you to reverse engineer your goal based on that lead generation pillar. And I want you to identify, what are the activities that I'm going to have to commit to? If it's door knocking, how many doors are you gonna have to knock on to have the amount of conversations that you're gonna need? You have to go out and do it to do the math. So once you have the math, then you can set the goals and get an accountability partner to help you through it. For me, I like frameworks. And when agents are coming to me and they're frustrated, I want to help solve their problem. And what I find is the simple solutions are often the best solutions. So, we're not going to go out and we're not going to, come up with some never tried before, never done social media strategy that's going to miraculously drop all these deals in your lap. And what I'm seeing right now, the landscape that I'm experiencing is these people are coming to us lost. And we as leaders need to step up and we need to help them with simple solutions that they can rely on that are going to give them the business that they need to provide for them and their families. I find that this simple strategy of narrowing the focus, picking the lead gen strategies that are going to work, that they're also interested in. Don't pick a lead generation strategy if you have no interest in doing that and you can't see yourself doing that day in, day out long term. Once you've identified that, go deep on those strategies. Figure out what are the critical activities that I need to commit to in order to see success in this area. And for most agents, they're trying too many things. You got to keep it simple. Pick a few things, figure out the metrics on it, and stick to it. That's my advice. If you're frustrated right now, it usually goes back to there's a lack of activity or a lack of focused activity that's preventing you from being at your goal. I haven't met a lot of agents that are in frustration mode when they're having massive success. But this time of year, generally speaking, people are coming out of the woodwork. They're coming off of a down season. They're not sure what to do. They're starting to feel that fear, uncertainty, angst, and doubt in themselves and their career. But I really believe this year is going to be an amazing year. I think that there's going to be a lot of opportunity, and I think that opportunity is going to come with challenges. So we're going to have sort of a reckoning in the market, and it's going to take a little bit more effort than maybe you've been used to in the past few years on this continuous upswing that we've been on. But I also think that's where the opportunity is, because I think a lot of agents are going to walk away with their tail between their legs and they're going to say, I'm not willing to do the work. If you're willing to do the work, you're going to win. Focus your energy, focus your activity, and be accountable to yourself and to a buddy. And that's really going to help you move forward this year. And if you're a team leader and you're charged with leading people and you have that responsibility on your shoulders, you've got to help them focus and you've got to hold them accountable.